if you see a post that makes you emotional, that's a trigger. And like in the past, I didn't know that certain things were triggers for me. So you might not realize it, but that's a trigger for you. That means you need to heal. Your triggers are your teachers, not your tormentors. So something there, you gotta. So whenever I would see a post with like a father and a daughter, I would always get super emotional. And it's because I grew up without a father figure in the home at all. So I had to like finally, well, I mean, after lots, it wasn't exactly the post that made me realize that that was a trigger, but it was. And once I realized that and I healed that, I no longer get those kinds of reactions. Like, so when you see a post on social media, or not even just a post, right? Because I'm reacting to that because I saw something on TikTok, a couple comments, and people reacting to them. That, yo, those are triggers. Like, it was crazy when like there was, for a long time, like I would see like happy families and get emotional. And because like it was something I always wanted, like a strong family unit. And then I would see like, I remember walking by like a family that really looked in distress one time, and like it got me emotional. So that was a trigger because it like brought me back. It was like I was having a flashback. It was like, I'm sharing this when I think vulnerability is very important for me. Just, I felt the need to say that. But like, listen, like those kinds of things, you have to learn from them. Don't just bypass that. Like, if you see a post about a good father and like you feel away, that's a trigger for you. You have to heal, because on the other side of healing, like, our traumas block us from so many things. Like, I know this from personal experience. I am certain of this. Like, we can't be our full selves because of the trauma that we experience. And we have experienced so much trauma. So many people have experienced so much trauma. You have trauma in places that you don't even know. You don't even know. You have trauma in areas of your life that you have no idea about. You have to figure them out. And one way to figure them out is to figure out what triggers you. Like, I feel like trigger became a buzzword a little while ago, and we really didn't know what. I didn't. Let me speak for myself. I didn't really know what that word meant. But, like, knowing is so important. Knowledge, like, knowing is so important. You can't change something you don't even know. You can't. Knowing is so important. So you have to know your triggers. And once you figure out that trigger, like, don't just be like, oh, I'm gonna avoid it. Like, let it teach you or learn from it. So like, okay, I saw that these videos about fathers and daughters were triggering me. Like, God brought me to a situation where I healed from all that, and it's no longer triggering for me. And like leaving that trauma behind, like, it frees up so much space in your life. I just want to encourage you, yo. Figure out, like identify those triggers. And it's easy to identify because you don't fake that emotional response. You're not gonna fake that. Like, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. So when you get that emotional response about something that seems inconsequential or whatever, or just like, okay, it made me emotional. No, like, that's a trigger. That's what you gotta heal from. Heal from it, and I promise there's so much greatness on the other side. Yo, I just know that there's so many people out there with so much great things in them, but they can't get past their trauma, because that's how I was. And I'm still healing and I'm still learning, but I, I feel it. We coming though. We coming, y'all. Let's go. Let's get it. Heal from those traumas. I love you. Keep going.